Everyone, I want you to start right off the bat, keeping nothing secret. I'm glad that MrBeast is in the position that he is now. Compared to a bunch of other people near his level in terms of being famous, he's a person doing actually good stuff to warrant it and keeping nothing hidden. To a lot of viewers that have tinfoil hats, they really believe there's something malicious behind his videos. It's just an ulterior motive to everything he does. It's either that or people being it's not his place to intervene. The places these people live should be a perfect utopia where they don't need help. But despite that, they never actually show anything to back that up, or that MrBeast himself couldn't care less about what he's actually doing. This is a blast to the past, but I think this idea was really showcased when he did a video of helping 100 blind people regain their vision. And people that watched that just could not help themselves but be angry at that. During that, I was thinking it was his name that was half the reason why people were so pissed at that video. Because by itself, in a vacuum, that act does sound like a good thing. It actually sounds like something that Scrooge would do at the end of A Christmas Carol. I bet you there are even people that were introduced to his content just from that video alone. They knew who he was, but it was that one in particular that made them just consistent viewers. Because that was a good thing he did objectively. Any person would admire what he did, even if you're an avid hater. So I suppose that means that the people that were giving him trash for what he did were more closed-minded than actual haters. Almost like they're more blind than people MrBeast tried to help. By far, the most common thing brought up was how the healthcare system in the US should be better and cheaper or free, that you don't need millionaires helping out these people. And that's a good point, only the first half, because money shouldn't be a barrier for someone to regain their critical sense or vision. Especially if the procedure is available in the first place, as opposed to being a top secret surgery where you need some old German rickety hands doing in your brain. But I don't see how MrBeast helping these people exacerbates the poor healthcare system, when he's also not expecting anything in return from them apart from the permission to be in the video and maybe in the thumbnail. What was the animation where Twitter was hating on him and it shows an alternative where he doesn't help them and the people stay blind? So technically, the most outrageous thing Twitter can say about MrBeast is that he's rich, and that's bad. But now we're seeing that again. But I think this one today is 10 times worse than the previous one. So basically, you have this new video from him where he builds 100 houses for poor people. Okay, bear with me, it gets worse. These were built in impoverished countries like Jamaica, where the average quality of housing for a normal person is already horrendous, and the weak economy in where they live is already so bad that any path to better place of living is basically impossible. So then you have MrBeast, the white man, the colonizer, going to these people and building them houses. Pretty damn nice houses, actually. It's not like one of those projects where the people are given a shipping container and it's meant to be treated like a mansion. No, it's actual good quality built houses. Not to mention how even his team consider where they're gonna be living now. Where he goes to a family with a very unfortunate living location, where if it flirts a tiny bit, they get fucking swept away instantly. If you watch the whole video, which is 9 minutes long, there isn't a single one where the family isn't overjoyed and crying they finally have a house that they could never imagine living in. Sadly, for every person in a third world country getting a new house from MrBeast, you have 100 stuck-up white people complaining about it on Twitter, saying that it's not his place to help them out. Unironically, I wish that was a joke, but that's an actual point of contention with people actually calling MrBeast a white colonizer helping out these black and Hispanic residents. I should never trust Twitter as an actual place to get honest opinions, because most of the stuff there is ironic. But there's this tweet from this actual bovine calling him exactly that. God bless whoever came up with the term white savior, because this is definitely the right term to be using it for MrBeast. Let's entertain this notion for a second. Let's say that Jimmy went to a first world country with a majorly white population, where help for the poor is also easy to get, and let's say he built 100 houses for inebriated crackheads. That'd be nice, right? But then you still have people complaining about how he's flexing his rich status, helping all these poor people, simply because it makes him look better. There's actually no good angle you come at this from, where someone on Twitter with actual Twitter blue wouldn't be complaining about this, just shitting and crying and coming their pants. I also have to talk about this community note on here, because even though this tweet doesn't warrant it because it's very clearly moronic and retarded, it did bring up a good point that completely shuts down this argument. The revenue generated by these videos is spent on more charity projects. I mean, yeah, look, that completely shatters any conflict you could have possibly had. The only avenue people have to attack MrBeast is that he only does his good stuff for more money, when in reality, it's recycled back to doing even more good stuff, as well as making an insane loss if he was profiting from this. Plus, it's common sense. If there was a place to make money, it wouldn't be YouTube. If he wanted to, he could put that money in investing and make back a tenfold within a year. But no, he actually does something with that wealth in ways that a lot of people would think of. If they had his money, they would do the same stuff that he's doing now. But because it's his face on the thumbnail, they can turn off that moral part of their brain and focus all the energy on just hating on him. When I first saw this video, I saw that the worst thing this could do, this petty discourse, is that it's seeding out, picking out all the dumb people you could find on Twitter. But now, the more I talk about it, it made me realize like there's an actual harm these people are doing, that being tarnishing the idea of rich people helping others in need. As much as I make fun of those morons, they do run an abundance enough of making other YouTubers feel less open to doing stuff like this. And it's funny, the irony of these people, where they feel they have to come out and defend like minorities from racists like MrBeast. When in reality, if you as residents in poor countries, no matter how much they hate white people, they would still take a new fucking house. None of these people complaining about this have ever lived in those kind of conditions, and they don't even have the mental capacity to expand their brain and think of this from a different perspective. To end this video, I should at least talk about the positive impact from this, and appreciate the moral impact of simply promoting helping people out. It might seem uncaring if a person only does it for views, but if the process they show is as genuine as it shows on the video, and the person being helped out is given something sustainable that can last long, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, the tall poppy syndrome is a very common thing that happens with videos like this, where the most popular person out there in any field will always get criticized for the tiniest thing they ever do. But I believe that if this genre of video keeps on going, this kind of reaction will slowly die out because people finally understand the good stuff coming out from this.